Going to get started. I want to welcome everybody here to another amazing virtual event with Rocky Mountaineer. Streaming live on Facebook. Sorry, my apologies. My Facebook was going off at the same time. So thank you guys for joining us. My name is Susan Walker. I am the franchise partner here with Expedia Cruises. And along with me, we have Jordana and Janice and Carol and Betty and Trish and Chris. Did I miss anybody, Craig? If I miss anybody, my apologies. And along with us, we have our very special guest, Lisa. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you very much, Susan. Super happy to be here.
Yeah, we're super happy to have you. So Rocky Mountaineer is an amazing product, and we're so happy that you've taken your time out to join us this evening. So if you want to take it away, please do so. And everybody else is muted, so that's perfect.
Excellent. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Susan, and welcome everyone. And thank you to all of you for taking time out of your evening to join us. I'm excited to take you on a virtual Rocky Mountaineer journey and explore the amazing scenery we have in our own backyard in Western Canada and the Canadian Rockies. So welcome to Rocky Mountaineer, a one-of-a-kind experience traveling by rail. Train travel is relaxing, romantic, and nostalgic. Rocky Mountaineer offers luxury train journeys that showcase some of the most spectacular scenery in North America. The train journeys offer guests a first-hand look at spectacular scenery that is best experienced by train, including rushing rivers, chromatic deserts, local wildlife, and majestic mountains and cliffs. I know a lot of people have heard of Rocky Mountaineer, but they're not exactly sure what we're all about. So we are not a commuter train that is only about transporting you from point A to point B as quick as possible. We are a luxury rail experience. It's all about everything between point A and point B. So our trains travel during daylight hours only, so guests do not sleep through the scenery and sights. Guests enjoy a relaxing sleep after day one on the train in a hotel at the midpoint of their journey. Our trains travel at an average speed of 50 kilometers per hour, or what we like to call Kodak speed, and feature oversized windows so guests do not miss a moment of the ever-changing landscapes. Throughout our journey, our onboard hosts are interacting with our guests, telling stories of the history of the rail line, the communities we travel through, the flora and the fauna, bringing it all to life. Our onboard hosts cater to our guests' every need and create a friendly, comfortable, and social atmosphere. Our cuisine showcases regional flavors and locally sourced ingredients. The culinary service is accompanied by a selection of complimentary local wines, beers, along with premium spirits, which are served throughout the journey. All you need to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the amazing scenery, service, and food. So we have 3 rail routes in Western Canada. We travel in the provinces of British Columbia and Alberta. We are a privately owned Canadian company. So for a visual overview, here is a map of the 3 routes in Western Canada that we will be traveling on today in both our gold leaf and silver leaf service. So the larger dark blue diamonds on the map are destinations where you either begin or end your journey. And then the white diamonds that you see on the map are the midpoint of the journey where guests overnight in hotels. Our routes connect Vancouver to the mountain towns of Jasper, Lake Louise, and Banff. Our journeys are taken one way, traveling either eastbound or westbound. So you can start your journey in Vancouver and travel eastbound to the Rockies, or you can begin your journey in the Rockies and travel through westbound to Vancouver. For simplicity this evening, I'll be describing the routes traveling.
Oh, wait.
But again, the option is available to start in the Rockies in either Banff, Lake Louise, or Jasper and travel westbound to Vancouver. The first route we are traveling on today is the First Passage to the West route, a 2-day journey, and we will be traveling in Gold Leaf service. We depart from Vancouver and travel to our midpoint destination of Kamloops on day 1. We'll enjoy a good night's rest in our hotel in Kamloops, and on the second day, we'll make our way to Lake Louise and Banff. On the first passage to the west route, you have the choice traveling eastbound to end your journey in either Lake Louise or Banff. So you get off the train in either Lake Louise or Banff. We begin our journey today in Vancouver, a magnificent city that has it all: oceans, mountains, and rainforests, with some of it right in the city or only a short 20 to 30-minute drive away. Vancouver is a beautiful combination of city life and outdoor playground with amazing vistas no matter where you look, with a very walkable downtown core. Step aboard the Gold Leaf coach we'll be traveling in today as we make our way to the Canadian Rockies. As your luggage does not travel with you, be sure to bring a day pack with you on the train with any necessities that you need during the day, such as medications, sunglasses, camera, and perhaps an extra layer of clothing depending on the time of year if you're going to spend some time on the outdoor viewing platform. So let's get familiar with our Gold Leaf service. So Gold Leaf service features bi-level rail cars with our all-glass domed windows in the seating area on the upper level, where guests spend the majority of their time. The dining area on the lower level has large windows, and meals are served and freshly prepared from a selection of regionally inspired dishes. Stretch your legs and walk with camera in hand to the outdoor viewing platform exclusive to Gold Leaf service to get closer to nature and take photos outdoors. So now that we're settled in, a welcome toast with our onboard host and fellow travelers to start the adventure. Welcome aboard. Cheers. We start our breakfast service shortly after the train departs, so please make your way down the stairs to the elegant dining room where an onboard host will attend to you. For those that may require mobility support, each Gold Leaf coach has an elevator to take you upstairs and downstairs, and we have a hydraulic lift to transfer you onto any of our train coaches. Select your choice of entree from the menu. There are 5 to 7 entrees to choose from for breakfast. The menu changes from year to year, but to provide you with a few examples from past menus, breakfast entrees have included spinach feta and egg souffle, sunrise skillet, or blueberry buttermilk pancakes, just to name a few. As the seating capacity of our dining room is half that of the upper seating level, we divide our guests into 2 groups. So group number 1 will go first to the dining room, but as they are being served, we are serving our guests in the upper seating area scones and beverages. Day 2 of the journey will reverse the order of the group, so if you were in the second seating day 1, you'll now be in the first meal seating on day 2. As we leave the sights of the city behind, we travel through the lush green fields of the Fraser Valley, and we pass by many of the farms where we source the produce that is served on board. Traveling further into the interior of British Columbia, we'll be following the Fraser River, winding through forests and crossing over bridges surrounded by the peaks of the Cascade and Coast Mountains. The train will slow down to enjoy the spectacular views and rushing rapids of Hell's Gate. At points of interest along our routes, the train slows down so you can take in the incredible sights and have the opportunity to take lots of great photos. The onboard host will give plenty of notice of upcoming points of interest. From Linton, we'll be following the Thompson River, and as the day continues, the tracks lead us into arid desert-like canyons, and we enjoy fantastic stories of the region as the train travels along. As we approach Kamloops towards the end of the day, we emerge into open, grassy country that speaks of ranching and Indigenous culture. We've arrived at the midpoint of our journey, Kamloops, a very warm, welcoming riverside town. A motor coach will take you directly from your train coach to your hotel in Kamloops. You're already checked into your hotel room and your luggage has been delivered to your hotel. Enjoy your evening in Kamloops. There are terrific gastro pubs, or take a stroll in one of the serene parks and enjoy a good night's rest. Rise and shine, your motor coach is waiting for you at the hotel to transport you to your train coach for another luxurious day of train travel. We will transfer your luggage for you from the hotel to your next destination. Welcome back on board as we continue our journey to the Canadian Rockies. In the morning, as we follow the South Thompson River, the desert-like landscapes continue. And as we travel along, the scenery changes and we see the greenery of the mountains. We pass over the last spike that completed the rail line and connected British Columbia with Eastern Canada more than 135 years ago. We are the only passenger train to travel along this historic Canadian Pacific Rail line. Today's highlights include the climb over Rogers Pass, the Kicking Horse Canyon, and traveling through the spiral tunnels, an incredible feat of railway engineering. And of course, we have the stunning glaciers and snow-capped peaks of the Canadian Rockies. First Passage to the West is our original route, and not only is it our most popular route, it is also our most historic. Spend some time on the outdoor viewing platform and feel the wind rushing through your hair, hear the sounds of the train, and breathe in the fresh mountain air and take some amazing photos outdoors. The outdoor viewing platform comfortably holds up to 10 to 12 people. So let's head back inside, upstairs to our seat, and enjoy a glass of red, white, or sparkling Okanagan wine, or if you prefer, premium spirits or local beer. And isn't this the perfect setting to relax in your reclining seat and enjoy a drink? The bar opens up at 10 a.m. You're on holiday, so why not start your morning with a splash of Bailey's in your coffee? Back to our journey, we've passed through the town of Field, continuing our ascent, and we are literally going to pass through two mountains, Mount Ogden and Cathedral Mountain, as the train travels through the spiral tunnels, crossing over the Continental Divide. We have arrived at the train station at Lake Louise, and we will bid farewell to those fellow travelers who've chosen the incredibly stunning Lake Louise as their destination. Lake Louise is a peaceful hamlet with wonderful hiking trails, canoeing on Lake Louise, or simply relax and soak in the incredible scenery. For the remainder of us on board, we'll travel another 56 kilometers to Banff. Banff National Park was the very first national park in Canada and the third in the world behind USA's Yellowstone and Australia's Royal National. We are nearing the town of Banff. The Canadian Pacific Railway was instrumental in Banff's early years, building the Shadow Lake Louise and the Banff Springs Hotel, attracting tourists. Welcome to the town of Banff and the end of our two-day First Passage to the West Rail journey. Banff is a lively town with fabulous restaurants, shops, art galleries with endless outdoor activities and mineral hot springs. And for our second rail journey, we're going to travel to the picturesque sleepy town of Jasper on the two-day journey through the clouds route. So day one is the same as First Passage to the West. We travel from Vancouver to Kamloops and overnight in Kamloops. So we'll pick up this route from the second day of the journey, traveling north and east to Jasper on the Canadian National Railway. Welcome back aboard. As we depart Kamloops bound for the Canadian Rockies, we will travel alongside the North Thompson River through the Monashee and Caribou Mountains, climbing ever nearer to the high peaks of the Continental Divide. Today, we are traveling in our Silverleaf service, and the inclusions in both Silverleaf service and Goldleaf service are the same. So those inclusions are your breakfast and lunch, complimentary alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages and snacks served throughout the day, overnight accommodation at the midpoint of your journey, transfers to and from the hotel and your train coach, and luggage handling, and of course, the first-rate service and storytelling provided by our onboard hosts. So the difference between the two levels of service are the coaches and the meal service. Silverleaf service features spacious single-level rail cars with oversized glass dome windows where meals are served seat-side by a culinary team member. And if you would like to get some fresh air, you can step into the small, more enclosed outdoor area that you see on the right-hand side of the train where the door is. That window is open throughout the journey, and the space, holds comfortably 2 to 3 people. So Silverleaf service, we have, nice, high, lofty ceilings in our Silverleaf service. It has that really nice, spacious feel about it. And you can see how the windows, curve towards the top of the ceiling. Oops, I'm so sorry. And Silverleaf service is the same. Whoops, sorry. And all of our coaches have been designed with, optimal viewing in mind. So enjoy, glacial fed lakes. Journey through the clouds takes us through some really untouched natural beauty. Silverleaf service is the same gourmet cuisine as gold leaf service, but it is a pared down menu, simply meaning that you don't have as many options to choose from for your entree. So, in our silver leaf service, you have two options to choose from for your entree for both breakfast and lunch, whereas in gold leaf service, you have 5 to 7 options to choose from for breakfast and 5 options to choose from for lunch. Lunch includes either a starter salad or soup, entree, and chef's dessert creation. And we can accommodate special dietary requirements with the exception of kosher and halal. So each year, our culinary team reimagines a menu that showcases regional flavors and locally sourced ingredients such as fresh salmon and Alberta beef. Entrees at lunch may include Alberta pork tenderloin, braised Alberta beef ribs, or Pacific prawn risotto, to name a few, and we use local in season vegetables and fruit. Between the multi course breakfast and lunch, and enjoying beverages and sweet and savory snacks throughout the day. Once you arrive at your destination where you're on your own for dinner, you may feel like something light only, like appetizers, or personally, for myself, I am so full that all I feel like is having a beverage. And feel the spray of Pyramid Creek as it drops over the falls and flows under the railway tracks and joins the North Thompson. Pyramid Falls is best viewed by the train. Pyramid Creek drops over down the edge a total of 90 meters, and the falls cascade into 3 tiers, fanning out into a pyramid shape before hitting the bedrock below. Enjoy the magnificent Mount Robson, the highest peak in the Canadian Rockies that stands at 3,954 meters. It is so tall that it has its own weather system at the top, so it can be a beautiful, clear, blue sky day, but the top is often crowned in alpine clouds. Get your camera ready as we travel by Moose Lake, aptly named for the many moose in this region, approximately 100,000. In addition to moose, bald eagles, bighorn sheep, and everyone's favorite bears, these are some examples of the wildlife you may catch glimpses of. All of our onboard hosts are connected by radios, so if wildlife is spotted by a coach up ahead, it will be radioed to the other coaches. So you may hear bear spotted on the left ahead, and the energy on the train is going to dramatically rise with the anticipation of seeing a bear. And mountainous views do not disappoint as we climb over the Yellowhead Pass into Jasper National Park. Our arrival to Jasper is approaching as we spot Mount Fitzwilliam ahead, which rises 2,907 meters. So welcome to picturesque Jasper, where our 2-day journey through the clouds journey ends. Jasper is a quiet, beautiful little mountain town with incredible scenery no matter where you look, and it's a true gem of the Rockies, full of fantastic wildlife viewing opportunities. There are numerous trails in Jasper for all different levels. Walking or hiking are excellent ways to enjoy the wonders of Jasper National Park or enjoy a peaceful boat or float tour. And now for the road less traveled, welcome to our 3-day Rainforest to Gold Rush route. So this is a very remote train passage and very diverse in geography and climate. We depart from North Vancouver and arrive in Whistler midday on the first day. We overnight in Whistler, and day 2 is a full day on the train traveling north to Quesnel. We overnight in Quesnel, and day 3 is another full day of luxurious train travel as we continue our journey to our final destination of Jasper. And welcome aboard. On our first day's journey, we travel from North Vancouver to Whistler. It's a spectacular day and a short 3.5-hour journey. We pass from the cool Pacific shore of the Coast Mountains, following Howe Sound, with spectacular ocean, fjord, and mountain vistas. We follow Howe Sound into the rugged canyon of the Chicamus River. We pass through tunnels and bridges, over gorges, and the top of Brandywine Falls until we reach the resort of Whistler. And welcome to stunning Whistler, consistently rated North America's #1 resort again and again. You have the afternoon and the evening to enjoy outdoor activities, restaurants, galleries, and shops surrounded by both Whistler and Blackcomb Mountain. Enjoy a very comfortable night's stay at your hotel. And it's easy to rise early with views like this. So we partner with the best hotels in each of our destinations. So we have moderate level hotels, which are your, strong 3.5 to 4-star hotels. And we pair this with our Silver Leaf service. And we pair premium hotels, which are your 5-star hotels, like the Fairmont, with our Gold Leaf service. However, you can choose the level of hotel you would like subject to availability. So this can be, a great way to stretch your budget. So if you, prefer Gold Leaf service for your train journey, but staying in a premium hotel isn't important to you, you can choose the moderate level hotels. Or perhaps you prefer Silver Leaf service. You like the idea of being served seatside and not missing a moment of the passing scenery, but you're celebrating a special occasion, so you'd like to stay at the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. And these are examples of some of the hotels that we partner with in our destinations. So we have the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise, Brewster's Mountain Lodge, Chateau Jasper, and the Sheraton Vancouver Wall Center in Vancouver. And those last three are examples of our moderate level hotels. Good morning and welcome back aboard. On our second day, we will travel from Whistler to Quesnel. We pass from the cool, moist coniferous forests of the Coast Mountains and the beautiful blue-green glacier lakes into one of the hotter, drier places in the country at Lillooet. We follow the Fraser River along its impressive canyon as we climb high along its eastern wall. Then we cross the northern end of the Cascade Mountains and on the Caribou Plateau. We traverse the region's rolling lake-dotted hills and ranching communities, experiencing some of the most contrasting landscapes in Western Canada. We cross the Deep Creek Bridge, one of the highest railway bridges in the world, and we follow the gold rush history, which is fascinating. And we rejoin the Fraser River near Williams Lake, and it takes us northward along a quiet, majestic section of the river to our destination at Quesnel. Quesnel was originally a mining town, and it's kept its old world small town charm. Quesnel has a population of approximately 20,000, so enjoy your night stay in Quesnel. Welcome back aboard for the third day of our journey. We will swing north past Prince George before turning south and traveling southeast to our destination of Jasper. We follow the Fraser River, meandering through a remote region of British Columbia. As the train travels through the Rocky Mountain Trench, we are surrounded by the Rocky Mountains to the north and the Caribou Mountains to the south. We'll enjoy incredible views of Mount Robson before our arrival in charming Jasper, where our journey ends. And train travel, allows precious time to connect with your travel companion, whoever that may be, your partner, friend, family member, or maybe it's yourself. I love being surrounded by nature, the majesty of the mountains and places bigger than us that really allows us to be present and have perspective. And there is no Wi-Fi on the train. There are limited areas where you will have cell phone coverage, but for the most part, we travel in remote areas where there are no cell towers. So disconnect from that cell phone and connect with nature, fellow travelers, and our onboard hosts. It's an interactive and social atmosphere, and the dining is a big part of it. It's amazing how fast the day goes by, and special moments happen on the train. So on my trip in October of 2019, there was a lovely couple celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, and the dapper husband, he spoke some sentimental words about his wife, his experience on the train, and he proceeded to serenade the coach with What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. And this was as we were approaching the Canadian Rockies. It was such a beautiful moment, and the combination of those lyrics of that song with the stunning scenery we were immersed in, I don't think there was a dry eye on that coach. I know my certainly were not. And if you can't decide on just one rail route, or if you would like more time on the train, you can combine two rail routes to form what we call a circle journey. So, circle journeys begin and end in the same destination. And I know that map is a little small there, but just to give you an example. So, starting in Calgary, you can spend some time in Lake Louise and Jasper and enjoy some sightseeing and take the journey through the clouds route from Jasper through to Vancouver. Spend a couple of nights in Vancouver and then return to the Rockies on the first Passage to the West route to Banff and transfer to Calgary. And as we are a daylight journey only, we operate seasonally from spring to fall. We don't operate during the winter months as the days are too short and you'd miss some of the spectacular scenery with darkness falling early. So typically we operate from the end of April to the beginning of October. However, given current restrictions in place, which I will discuss later, our season this year has been delayed to July the 5th. Our last train of the season departs on October the 7th. So each of our seasons, offers something a little different. From the end of April to June, the mountains are still dusted in snow, making them really pop. The flora and the fauna are beginning to emerge. And not that we can guarantee it, but it's often a great time to see wildlife, especially bears, as they come out of hibernation, making their way to the train tracks in search of food. In the summer months, everything is lush and in full bloom. The days are long, it's warm, and the weather is predictable. However, the mountain towns are typically at their busiest. And then in the fall, in September and early October, we have the beautiful yellows and golds of the larches. The salmon run occurs in the fall, attracting eagles and bears, and the summer tourists start to wane. And the fun and memory making continue once you're off the train and in your destination. So we offer curated vacation packages, which are provided in partnership with local tour operators. So choose your 2 or 3 day rail journey. And from there, we then have numerous packages with all different inclusions. So for example, the Icefields Parkway Tour, a panoramic helicopter ride, a ride up Sulphur Mountain on the gondola in Banff to sightseeing in Victoria. You can choose the package with the amount of sightseeing or little bit of sightseeing that you would like to do. Or if you prefer to explore the Rockies your way, we have self-drive options so you can explore the Rockies on your own and see the sights and enjoy outdoor activities when and how you want. And the drop fee is included. So just to provide a couple of examples of our packages, I'll briefly walk you through two of our most popular packages. So First Passage to the West Highlights is a 6-day package that includes sightseeing in Lake Louise and Banff. So if we're traveling eastbound, you'd overnight in Vancouver before traveling to Lake Louise on the First Passage to the West route. Overnight in Lake Louise, the next morning is free for you to explore Lake Louise before making your way to Banff with a tour of Yoho National Park. Overnight in Banff, and then day 5, make your way to Calgary with a sightseeing tour of Banff and a panoramic helicopter tour. Overnight in Calgary, and then day 6 is where the journey ends. Or for those who are looking for more time on the train and experiencing some of the must-see sights of the Canadian Rockies, the 12-day Golden Circle journey is a popular package. So this journey begins in Vancouver. You'll overnight in Vancouver before traveling to Jasper on the Rainforest to Gold Rush route. Spend 2 nights in Jasper. Day 5, you'll enjoy the tour of Jasper National Park, and on day 6, make your way to Lake Louise on the Icefields Parkway Tour and overnight in Lake Louise. The next day is a free day to explore Lake Louise on your own. Day 8, you'll make your way to Banff with a sightseeing tour of Yoho National Park, and day 9 is a free day to explore Banff on your own and overnight in Banff before returning to Vancouver on the First Passage to the West route. And the health and safety of our guests is our highest priority. So we will follow guidelines provided by the World Health Organization and those of the government and health authorities where we operate, which are in place at the time of travel. So we have introduced an enhanced program committed to the health and safety at every step of the journey with us. So, given the current regulations, guests will be required to wear a face mask at all times on the train, except for when eating and drinking. So, this includes wearing a mask in shared spaces such as the hallway, washrooms, and the outdoor viewing platform, and also wearing a face mask while boarding and deboarding the train and on motor coach transfers. But I will share with you that we do a lot of eating and drinking while on board the train. And of course, we will meet all physical distancing guidelines at time of travel. So ample physical distancing between you and other parties will be in place while you are seated for your safety and comfort. In Gold Leaf service, there will be plexiglass partitions between your travel party and others in the dining room. And we will be providing rapid COVID-19 testing at the starting point of the journeys the evening before departure. More details will be provided closer to your travel date, and guests and staff will have health checks, including temperature taking each day before boarding the train. Our rail coaches are equipped with high-end filtration systems, which ensure a steady intake of fresh air, filtration, and circulation. The system provides complete circulation of fresh air every 3.5 minutes with bipolar ionizers in the air ducts that will eliminate 99.99% of airborne particles such as bacteria and virus. At the start and end of each travel day, our train interiors will be sanitized using an electrostatic disinfectant sprayer, and your train seat and train table will be sanitized at the start of each day. All high-touch and common areas will be disinfected throughout the day. And as government and health guidelines are always changing, what I've discussed today will evolve as guidelines change. So safety is always our top priority, and we will update our procedures accordingly and always be best in class when it comes to health and safety. So currently our season has been delayed to July 5th, given current restrictions in place due to COVID-19. So, the present public health order in place for BC restricts in-person events and social gatherings with people outside their household. And there is also a non-essential travel advisory into and out of BC and between regions of our province. However, given the current vaccination program underway in Canada and other countries around the world, we are optimistic about the remainder of our season. And we currently have 3 promotions available for Canadian residents. I don't think we've ever had so many promos for me to speak about, which is really exciting. And first up is our Canadian resident offer. This is our first time having an offer exclusively for Canadian residents, and it is our best pricing ever. So for new bookings in 2021, Canadian residents will receive $1,000 off per couple or $500 off per person on our classic vacation packages. So classic vacation packages are 4 to 5 days that include your 2 or 3 day rail journey, plus hotel accommodation the night before your journey, at the midpoint, and at the end of your journey. So for all other packages that are 5 days and up, it is $1,400 off per couple or $700 per person. And you can choose any of our 3 Canadian routes and either level of service, silver leaf or gold leaf. And this offer runs until June the 11th. Next, we have our Fairmont special. So this is the Canadian resident offer I was just discussing with savings on Fairmont hotels layered in. So this is available in Gold Leaf service only and for select packages that have all Fairmont hotels. So the Fairmont hotel savings vary by package, but depending on the package selected, the savings are up to a maximum of $1,500 per couple on Fairmont hotels. So with that layered in with the Canadian resident offer, where we have our maximum savings of up to $1,400 per couple, that is a total savings of $2,900 per couple. And this promotion expires on June the 11th as well. And if neither one of those promotions are of interest as a resident of Alberta, we have for you the BC and Alberta resident offer. So this is eligible for 2 or 3 day rail only journeys, and it allows you to explore 2 routes for the price of 1. So book a 2 or 3 day rail journey only in 2021, and you will receive a complimentary voucher to travel again within the next 5 years. So this as well is available on all 3 of our Canadian routes and either level of service. The voucher has no cash value, it's non-transferable, and it's valid for a comparable trip, i.e. 2 or 3 days, and the same level of service as the original booking. The voucher can only be booked 45 days or less from the departure date and is subject to availability. And to help provide, the comfort and confidence to travel this year, all of our 2021 bookings for a limited time include a risk-free deposit. So the deposit is fully refundable up to 30 days prior to travel. Or if you choose not to take a refund, you can then make 2 free date changes up to and including the 2023 season, as long as you're at least 30 days prior to your travel date. And if there are multiple people traveling together under one booking, you can make one name change 30 days prior to travel. And just note that one name from the original booking must remain. And Rocky Mountaineer, we've been in business for over 30 years, and this is just an example of some of the awards that we've won over the years. And I would really love to, thank everybody for joining myself and Susan and the rest of the team at Expedia Red Deer today. I hope I painted a picture of what it's like to travel on the Rocky Mountaineer and experience this amazing scenery that we have right here in our own backyard. And happy to answer any questions, but as well too, for any follow-up questions after this, you're in great hands with your travel advisor at Expedia Cruises. They're a wonderful partner of ours, and we really value them. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. That was a great presentation. And the Alberta, BC promotion is really, really tempting. That's a pretty good.
No, it sure is. It sure is. It's a great one. Yes. And I should just clarify too, say, for example, your journey this year was a 2-day rail journey. If the next 5 years, you wanted to use that voucher for the 3-day rail journey, you just pay the difference in price between the 2 and 3-day rail journey.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Does anybody have any questions for Lisa before we let her go? Okay, it's a quiet bunch tonight, but I think we're probably still mind on our announcements at 6 o'clock. So thank you, Lisa, so much for joining and taking your time out to spend with us. Your friendship and partnership means so much to all of us here at Expedia Cruises in Red Deer, and we can't wait to get some clients booked on your amazing, beautiful product.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it. And thank you, everyone.
You bet. Thanks, everyone. And we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye, Lisa.
Bye-bye.